welcome to the news at 10.
Another bank robbery shocked the city this week.
Pink Cage residents were yet again given a front row seat to another horrific bank robbery.
It is believed it was the same individual who robbed the same bank last week.
Police are yet to catch this man, and he is considered armed and dangerous.
We now go to our field correspondent Tommy Button with this week's segment on mining.
Hi, I'm Tommy Button with Weasel News, and in this segment we're going to be looking at the environmental facts as well as miner safety. Coming up next, we have an interview with a miner who does not follow any of the safety precautions. I'm here today with Rodney, who is a part-time miner with a full license from the government. Now, Rodney, would you care to explain to us why you do not follow any of the safety regulations when mining?
Well, basically, I'm just a hardcore dude, I live life on the edge. So I'm not really scared of exploding.
Okay, is it less about exploding or more about your own health and safety and for those around you as well?
Well, you see, ever since my girlfriend left me, I just don't care about life too much anymore. I'm not going to do anything to hurt myself, but, who actually cares if I blow up, right?
Okay, and what environmental facts do you believe that mining has on the environment?
Well, I feel like mining is good for the environment, actually. It blows a lot of the cancer-causing dirts out of the mine, actually. And when you breathe those in, it makes your body stronger. So I feel like it's making a stronger environment.
Okay, thank you, Rodney, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tommy.
In other news, there was a shocking attack on an SAHP officer at a checkpoint in Sandy Shores.
The officers were doing a routine checkpoint in Sandy Shores, and at the time, our news crew were talking with officers.
The officer was in the road placing some cones when multiple vehicles sped through the checkpoint at speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour.
The officer was struck and flung multiple meters in the air. Other officers pursued the suspect, but were not able to catch him.
The officer who was struck was quickly transported to the local hospital.
We reached out to the San Andreas Highway Patrol, who said that the officer is recovering from his injuries.
We wish the officer a speedy recovery and thank the officers on scene for their quick actions in saving their life.
Now we go back to Tommy with his segment on mining.
Currently, there is an estimated 50 million gallons of polluted water across the country, and with the constant increase in mining, there is no end to the pollution in sight. I've caught up with a local miner to ask him his thoughts on this growing problem. Hi, I'm here with Tommy Turner, who has just been refining his gemstones here near the local lake. Now, Tommy, the environmental factors of mining have been polluting this lake quite badly recently. Do you care to comment on this matter?
Look, I don't think that we're polluting the lake as badly as you think we do. I mean, if you want to be honest, we'd pollute the air more than anything. I don't see many people dumping their excess mining stuff into this lake here. If anything, we're dumping out in the ocean, way out there. So whoever sold you this information, I don't know if they got their facts straight.
Alright, Tommy, and a lot of people don't wear their safety equipment, and recently there's been a spike in miners who don't actually have their license. Do you care to comment on this matter as well?
Oh, actually, I didn't even know you needed a license, but now that I know you have a license, I guess I'll go get one.
Okay, and do you understand that you can actually face a criminal charge for mining without a license?
Well, sign me up, I guess.
Thanks, Tommy.
We now go to Justin with the weather.
Thanks, Dirk. It's another lovely day in Los Santos again, and we can expect to see many more like it this week. After the freak cold weather of last week, we can be thankful that the things are back to normal this week. Temperatures this week are going to hit a high of 17 degrees in parts of Paleo. On Tuesday, Monday, and Friday, we can expect some cloudy conditions over Grapeseed, but we aren't expecting any rain. Now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Justin.
We go again to Tommy with more news on mining.
Next up, I'm going to be interviewing another miner who mines without a license. We ask him important questions on the enforcement of mining licenses. I'm here with Ethan Alderman, a part-time miner who refuses to get a mining license. Now, Ethan, why do you refuse to get a mining license?
There's no real need.
Do you not fear getting a major fine for mining without a license?
No, there's most of the state doesn't really recognize anybody having a license, so why have a license?
So you're saying that these licenses aren't enforced?
Yes, I am.
Do you not fear that people aren't following the correct safety protocols and are therefore putting you in danger?
Just as long as they are mining somewhere that I am not, I'm fine.
Alright, thank you very much for your time, Mr. Alderman. And back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tommy.
We now have a word from our sponsor of our show this week, Yugi's Taxi Service.
Hello, my name is Yuki Stark, and I run the fastest taxi service. If you want to get from point A to point B faster than a rabbit riding a tortoise, you just call my Yuki Stark taxi service at 322-8263.
If you need a taxi, call Yugi on 322-8263.
I really do like Yugi's taxis.
Me too. I love getting from point A to point B faster than a rabbit riding a tortoise.
We now go back to Tommy with his mining segment.
Thanks, guys. We're now at the local quarry, and I am dressed up in the correct mining equipment. We have used our scanner to find an ore which is stable for us to mine, so we're going to drill it, and we are going to find out what is underneath. As you guys can see, we had a slight mining accident, but thanks to my protective gear, I'm going to recover, and I am alive. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Tommy.
In other news this week, there has been an increase in recruitment at EMS.
It is thought that the increase in recruitment is due to more funds being made available by the local government.
The rise in recruitment is a welcome one, with people hoping the wait times for ambulances will be a lot lower.
We wish the new recruits well in their training, and we will probably see them soon when Tommy blows himself up mining.
Now we go back to Tommy with the mining story.
I'm here today with Governor Ruby to ask some of the important questions surrounding mining. Now, Governor Ruby, with the increase in pollution recently, what is the government doing to combat this?
So with mining, for those of y'all who don't know, the type of pollution that can occur is runoff of minerals into our drinking water. So to help combat that specific type of pollution, we have installed some extra filters around the city water lines.
That's great. And how can the current miners in the city ensure they keep their pollution to a minimum?
To help minimize the amount of pollution in our water sources, just remain mining in the mining territories. And if you get too far out of the designated mining zones, there is a higher chance that there is more mineral runoff into the water.
Thank you. And what are the government doing to ensure people wear the correct safety equipment, as currently less than 1 in 10 people wear the correct equipment?
So what we do as state employees is whenever we do see somebody out mining without the proper, just the proper, what I like to call personal protective equipment. So the closed-toed shoes, the reflective vest, hard hat, and some protective glasses. I'd just like to remind them that, before you enter the mine, you should really be prepared, both mentally and for your own safety. And then we do kind of ask, like, hey, if you were to go down without wearing your reflective vest, it'd be very hard for people to see you. and just try and get them to think more about their safety.
Okay, and we recently spoke to some people who just laugh at the fact that there are mining licenses in the city, saying that they aren't enforced at all.
So that's a tricky one. If be with the, I mean, I think last week we talked about raising crime rates. So PD has to pick and choose what they can enforce, what not. It's so it's a hard choice and a hard balance of, running out to the mine, checking game wardens out, making sure that the people who are hunting with the correct licenses. But overall, it's also a community because you don't want to see your friend out there mining and then get hurt because they weren't prepared.
Okay, and thank you very much for your time today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks for joining us again this week.
This has been the news at 10.
Good night.
Good night.